Alright gang, welcome back. We're trying our second episode of this little adventure we call Unscripted. And we have our favorite reporter, news media resource, Gabby Lord Klein, along with our other friends. You can introduce yourself again. No, you just wait. You gotta earn. Go.
I'm Coral. Sugiyama.
I'm Allie.
I'm Gabby. Lord Klein.
Gabby, I'm Kevin. Give us your quick plug for Transition Wrestling. Go.
Transition Wrestling is a media site for collegiate women's wrestling news. And essentially, it's just focused on sharing results, events, a couple of journalist pieces on different people and programs. Yeah, all things women's wrestling.
Fantastic. Awesome. All right, today we've been talking about our last little episode that we did. We brought up this idea of femininity in wrestling, and we've got some interesting feedback. One of our athletes talked a little bit to us on Sunday about her hair, and I thought that it was a really good talking point. In Wisconsin, we do not have sanctioned girls wrestling at the high school level, which is ridiculous, but nonetheless, she wrestles on a boys team, and there was this need for her to drop a weight class to fill a roster and all those sorts of things. But she really struggled because there were some people on the team who wanted her to cut her hair because they thought it would help her make weight. She had very, very long hair. She did cut off 6 inches, but struggled a little bit with it. So her dad and I had a little conversation about her wanting the team then to respect her, get a girls singlet, and some of those sorts of things. Real struggles that I think girls go through, especially wrestling on all boys teams. But let's just kind of unpack the hair thing and just open topic. I mean, for her, it was an identity thing. She didn't want to have to cut her hair. To make weight, it doesn't weigh anything anyways, right? We know that. So let's hear what you guys have to say on that.
You look like you're ready.
Gabby's ready.
I'm not ready to
You
go.
got nothing to say on it.
I mean, I do have some
Yeah.
thoughts, I guess, but I don't. I think that you should never have to change your appearance if you are to do a sport. Like, you would not go to a sport and be like, oh, I need to, like, yeah, you shouldn't have to change your appearance to compete and be an athlete. Like, that's, you should not feel the need to do those things.
Yeah.
Well, technically they don't have to, right? I mean, there's rules in place, and I think the National Federation for High School has evolved a little bit that you don't even have to wear hair coverings anymore, but there are still grooming requirements, not only for women but for men as well. So
Do you know what the grooming requirements are for the women?
Same.
They just can't go past the ears. They're like, what are?
It'd be brow, right, below the earlobes and the collar, but a girl can have her hair braided, I believe, if it's secured.
So if a guy has long hair, can he also like braid it?
Mm-hmm.
Just do.
Well, because we tried to braid Tyler's hair, right?
Yeah.
I guess my question was the hair thing in response? The hair thing was like in response to a weight thing now, and that is a problem altogether. I think that's a whole another topic. That has nothing to do with hair. That's a whole different topic. But like, if it's about your hair, like you should never have to cut your hair or grow your hair to be in a sport. But I think that in this specific case, it's really tied to weight, and that's
the thought of weight, right? I mean,
yeah.
Wet hair might weigh something. You got to dry it off when you step on the check scale, but cutting your hair isn't gonna really
It's tense that you might as well have just worked off.
Yeah.
But why? Okay, so then why did her coaches try to, and her whole team try to implement her to cut her hair?
I think they were under the assumption that it was a significant amount of weight.
I mean, did they do this with their hair? Like, just take it and hold it, like, maybe a whole pound, like?
I don't know, but I've been at weigh-ins before, and I've seen female athletes cut their hair at weigh-ins in an attempt to make weight.
Yeah.
So, it has to do with hair totally. When I was a freshman in high school, I cut off my hair. Like, I had pretty long hair, and I, like, chopped it. Like, it was within standards of I didn't have to wear a hairnet, and I did it I said I did it so that my hair wouldn't get pulled, but I did it as like, oh, I'm fitting in, I'm cool, whatever. And I hated it. Like, I did it and I instantly was like, why did I do that? Like, there are pictures of me on the internet as a freshman in high school, and you can't tell if I'm a girl or a boy. Like, there's no telling whether I'm a girl or a boy, and I hated that I did that. But it was something that I felt very strong with, and I wore it very proudly. Like, I walked in and I was like, yeah, I don't have to wear a hairnet anymore. But that hurt. So, I mean, I don't think it's closely tied to it with my identity, but, like, I definitely did that to, like, fit in on my boys' team and be, like, one of the guys. Because, I mean, that was a real thing. Like, I was never differentiated. When I wrestled on a boys' team, I would not have wanted to differentiate myself at all. Like, I was like, no, I'm just part of the team. I'm not a girl. And I think that's a problem, for sure. Because
well, that's why I wore a boys' cut singlet, because I didn't want, like, I was just one of the wrestlers. They don't give me a specialized singlet because I'm a girl. Like,
I didn't do anything with my hair growing up, and then I started wrestling in 8th grade, and I don't know what I was doing, but I had, like, shoulder-length hair, and I didn't put it in a ponytail.
That's so free. I'll just like free.
And that would have pissed me off so much if I saw someone do that.
well, even the Japanese girls have their super short
No,
hair.
it's down here.
Oh, wow. Well, they even put their super short hair like in a
In the
bun
little
on
thing
top
on
or
top of the
something.
hair, yeah. So I think the big picture of this, though, is like, as a girl in the sport of wrestling, we need to learn how to manage our hair if we want it to be. Like, we need to learn how to put it back and secure it, because that's a big part of competition, like, especially even in practice. I had a coach one time who was like, if you have a girl who's reaching up to like fix her hair, you better blast double that girl. Like, yeah, so I think as wrestlers, as girls, we need to, if we have long hair and we want long hair, we need to learn how to secure it. And then the other thing is, like, just saying, like, you're not gonna tell me what to do with my hair because you think it weighs something. Like, absolutely not. That needs to be off the table right away. And, like, girls, they need to advocate for themselves, and if they can't find somebody who can, just going to a parent being like, hey, I feel uncomfortable about this situation, even if it's really hard, because that's something that's hard to talk about, I think. So I don't know, I would say, like, it's more about, like, managing your hair as an athlete for the appropriate situation, and then my suggestions.
Yeah, when I look in though at I mean, the three girls here at this table, during practice, I mean, hair is a big deal. And every break in the action, somebody's taking down their ponytail and retightening it. And I mean, I've got the movements down because there's so much on it, and flipping the hair and doing the whole thing, and it's crazy how much time is, I would say, wasted at an event when you're, like, officials in the U.S. have grown to become patient with it, but I think a lot of them, when women's wrestling started to come in, they're like, this is foolish, this is just crazy time, right? And they're like, she's fixing her ponytail again, and it's like every single break somebody's undoing their hair and fixing it again. In the National Federation of High School, if you do undo your hair to redo it, it's a stalling. So that's part of the new rule for this year.
There's definitely girls
Male
out
or
there.
female.
There's definitely girls out there who undo their hair to get those extra few seconds of breathing time.
Yes.
Yeah. They're from Belarus, and but I think then you look at different cultures. The Chinese wrestlers and the Japanese wrestlers, that's not an issue. They're not fixing their hair during practice.
No.
I mean, you go to, like, it's different cultures. So
But then they're also, like, going after your hair, like pulling it and fun stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then no refs call it ever. So.
Yeah.
Give them a couple jabs.
Well, yeah, the Uzbekistan girl, it was bonkers. So
On the big screen, they had her pulling my braid.
on the video review, like,
yeah, it was like a
pull.
huge screen too, right next to our mat, and you
And
can
they're
see
like,
it.
yeah, no big deal. Yeah, thanks.
That's fine.
Actually, when I cut the back of my hair, part of it was for weight, because that was like half of my hair, and I was.
But it was an
wrestling-
illusion. It wasn't real.
But it was 106, so anything I thought helped.
Yeah, so you're 106.2 with the hair, 106.0 without.
Pretty much.
Which is why these people would have encouraged, our athlete to cut her hair. Crazy. All right. Well, it's a good little topic. I think it just touches more on that whole idea of you girls being girls in this crazy wrestling culture, especially when we're in a men's culture, in a men's room and things like that. There's things that you deal with. I clean the mats. There's so much hair. So much hair
that's
on the
really
mats.
gross.
It's crazy. So much hair.
I don't like to wear
Yeah.
short sleeves or shorts because hair sticks and it's disgusting.
And Matt, I'd rather have like one of your guys' hair in my mouth than like some unknown
Oh.
tiny 1 inch hair.
That's real.
And we
That's
talked
real
about that
real.
just the other day with when we swallowed Allie's hair.
Yeah. I swallow my own
But it was still
hair.
attached,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it
But
came
it was still attached, so it came back out.
Do you not do that?
No.
I also
don't think her hair.
No. I just like.
Our ponytails are long enough right now that they're like
Yeah.
going in front of our mouth and we're like breathing and we're like,
I do not wrestle with just a ponytail like this, because this is like.
Well, neither do we
No.
now.
no,
because
I
we
just
started-
learned how to braid like 2 weeks ago.
Because she's been braiding her ponytail and it looks
Good.
ridiculous.
Okay. Good. This is a step forward.
I'm trying to manage the hair.
Yeah, and actually, I started braiding my ponytail because of you.
Oh, thanks.
Because it was just so much easier.
Yeah, I just get too frustrated with it. And I'm like, ah.
But then now that my hair's getting longer, it like whips me in the face, and I'm like, oh, it hurts so bad.
Runners have to deal with that too, I think.
The struggles I don't worry
It was on
about.
the outside.
So, all right, good, fantastic, ladies. This was a good conversation. So let's wrap it up. Hopefully, these create some conversations. And the other thing, it just kind of lets people into our little world where we're always having silly little conversations that rabbit trail. Yeah, Allie loves the rabbits. So, yeah. So, all right, good guys. All right, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We'll see you later.